I don't know why I'm nervous. Why am I nervous? Why am I nervous? Why am I nervous? All right. All right, everybody. When you can hear me, hashtag here. We're live on YouTube. If you can hear me, hashtag here. If you can hear me, hashtag here on YouTube, right? Welcome, 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 welcome. We had a little technical difficulties, but we are here, all right? Welcome, everybody. This has been a very busy, one of the busiest days, because not only I am a YouTuber, I am also a writer and founder of WileyTheTroll.com. So I want to wish all of my people over there well, and we want to thank them for their amazing support for WileyTheTroll.com. They have been doing such an amazing job, and I want to thank them so very well. We just dropped a story about T.S. Madison, so we personally want to thank her for her work that she's been doing, because she just won an Emmy for RuPaul. So we want to personally thank T.S. Madison for that. You know, being a trailblazer, I would say, for the community. So she personally won an Emmy today, and we want to say congratulations. I mean, I feel like as anybody that should win is T.S. Madison. And what make her story so remarkable, she started out, you know, on the street, started out as a working girl, and, you know, starting out selling herself, right? Because she had no choice but to sell herself. Because as a woman and as a trans woman, right, there were no opportunities back in the 90s for trans women, right? There was no nothing for trans other than putting themselves out there on the street. And so for her to take that moment from the street to you know, adult entertainment, and to take that and to go mainstream, to be on RuPaul, I think that's incredible, because we see so many people now doing OnlyFans and stuff, and they get stuck in that OnlyFans bubble. But because she actually, you know, did her own website, and she had ownership of her website, and she took that money and she funded an operation. And so when people talk about the pioneer of social media, I mean, T.S. Madison also was going viral on Vine. She went viral over there multiple times, went viral on Facebook. The rise of her business should be studied, because for her to make it as a big Black trans woman, you can make it. I can make it. And even though on this particular show I've been critical, some may say shady, I have to give her credit, because this year, like, if a person do something wrong, you call it out. But we also must use that same loudness when they have a success. You understand what I'm saying? Because I tell my people that's on WileyTheTroll.com, I said, we're not just going to troll, but we also going to troll with truth. We also going to, you know, if a person do good, we're going to talk about it. Because if she would have gotten some controversy, we would have talked about it. And we have wrote articles when she was in some controversy, but tonight is her night, and she won an Emmy. And this it's remarkable. I mean, her rise in the community is amazing. Now, I mean, working with RuPaul, I believe is great. And RuPaul is such an icon in this business. I mean, he said he's not a drag queen, he's a queen that does drag, and no one does it like RuPaul. And actually, RuPaul don't get the credit. He's an amazing actor, right? And I feel that that particular show, RuPaul is so legendary for so many people that does drag. I'm not a drag queen. I was never into drag. But if I go to a drag performance, I was a huge fan of Ruff and Stuff. I feel like I'm a huge fan of her. She's more like an underground, but people in Chicago know who Ruff and Stuff is. I mean, I love the big diva, Otis Mac. I love all of that. Like, I'm fascinated with it if I'm in the presence, but I'm not obsessed with drag queen, right? But if I'm in the room, I will go and I will attend. But, you know, T.S. Madison is a person that should be congratulated. Unfortunately, we could not congratulate her, Paul, right? We couldn't congratulate her on Instagram. And shout out to the producers because they sent me the information. And if they wouldn't have sent it to me, I wouldn't have seen it because don't nobody send me good news quickly. But if it was some controversy, if she'd have got her wig snatched or slipped and fell, or if Kaya would have pulled up, I would have got 20 people to send me that picture, like send me the information. But because she had a win and it's not messy, it's actually a win. Only one person out of my almost 10,000 followers on Instagram sent me the story, the picture. One person. Now, if it was some mess, some drama, Miss Mary rolled over Oprah Winfrey's foot, it about 50 people. But only one person sent me that picture. One. I didn't get a text. Now, anything that's drama-based, anything, somebody in some drama, which we going to get into drama. I mean, my phone be, when you going to lie, But when it's a win and it's no mess, and you actually winning a trophy, one person. So, you know, I'm just keeping it all the way real. If this person didn't send me, I'd have been live. The only reason why I didn't go live at 9 p.m. because I get word that she wanted an Emmy, and I said, before we go live, because I'm a part of the LGBT community, I'm a B. I'm a big B. A lot of inches B, okay? B stands for bisexual. I definitely are going to represent as a proud Black man, bisexual man, proud one. I'm going to come out and I'm going to say it first. Because when her movie came out, Bros, though it was a flop in Hollywood and flopped in the box office, it didn't stop me from buying a ticket, getting me some popcorn, getting me some pretzel bites and cheese, and sitting down and entertaining both. Though I was the only one in the theater, it didn't stop me from buying a ticket. So people can say what they want to say about Brother Wiley, but one thing that you cannot say, he don't support. Baby, I will support you. If I see it, if I got money in my wallet to go, I would go. So when people say Wiley is such a hater, if I was a hater, I would have never approved this to go on my website. I would never talk about it. I'm not a hater. I wish T.S. Madison well. I feel like she wanted to be on the red carpet. She wanted to be a celebrity. She wanted to have this moment. But I'm not like she going to change because she got this gown on today. And then if I say something out of order, she'll be putting on another wig and she'll be calling me all type of names in that basement. But right now, the basement to the red carpet. So this is another thing for me, and I got to talk about it. You know, I'm a sit-down comedian. People always say, Wiley, you need the best, this, and next. No, you don't. What you need is a gift. This woman is a trans woman. She was born like I was born, and she decided to transition to the other side, to the woman's side. Amen? And it's so challenging. And look at her now. Many people said she wouldn't make it. Her father misgendered her, but still she stand. Her mother misgendered her, and still she stand. So don't tell me you can't make it. If a person that is born in one gender can step into another gender and still thrive, you can make it. You can do it. So this is encouraging me to the little girls and the little boys that are coming up that will become into the community that you can do it. Though she almost lost her life because of the illegal activity she was doing, walking the street and selling herself, because that's a very dangerous industry, she's still here. Do you hear what I'm saying? And I understand that I did send this to Kaya, my story to Kaya. I didn't get a response from the Kaya, because I want you to know, I'm like, can she be on the docket for this success? Because if we can drag her for allegedly stealing the Queen Supreme Court, why can't we give her a win for her representing trans women of color? And I got to give her a round of applause. A big round of applause. Actually, I'm going to stand up and applause for her. Actually, I'm going to stand up. You did that, girl. You really did that. And I want to say thank you on the bottom of my heart. Though we don't see eye to eye, but I have to give you your credit. I love that outfit. It's gold because that stands for royalty. Do you hear what I'm saying? So we had to give her credit because not too many people that ever win this. It's some people that have been in the business for so long, never gotten an Emmy. And here she are at an infant in this business, and she won one of the highest awards you can win in television. All right. The highest awards you can win in television. And we think that she is amazing. Okay. I honestly think it's amazing. We wish her well. I think so. All right. So we're gonna move right along. I did put the article on wileythetroll.com. Make sure y'all go check it out because it was a great write-up. And I love her. I really do. I want to see our women win. I want to see them win. Okay. I feel like it's amazing for them to win. I want to see everybody win. Now, we got to get into the politics of this. One particular story, of course, you know, Trump won the Iowa caucus. He pretty much won it within 30 minutes. But we're not going to get into that, a national race. We're going to get into this Stockton, California race where Jason Lee is running for District 6 in Stockton. Of course, we had Kimberly Wormsley on the show, and we couldn't get the audio to work here, but this is Jason Lee, you guys. This is Jason Lee. He's running for Stockton, California, District 6. He's canvassing the district. I mean, he got his flyers. He got his posters. I mean, he's all over the country. Everybody is talking about this race in Stockton, right? He is really campaigning. You really think he's running for Congress. He is out there campaigning right now, really out there campaigning, meeting the voters, and he's out there talking to the voters, and it's just amazing. And I feel like, you know, Jason Lee is definitely doing it when it comes to campaigning. Now, what he's going to do when he get in office, I don't know. So, but for right now, this is definitely a win for Jason. I mean, this is making him look amazingly well. To be knocking on doors, meeting the people, and then people say Stockton is so run down. It don't look run down to me. I mean, look at that. That looked very beautiful. That looked like I would live in that neighborhood. Honestly, it looked like a episode from Friday After Next. So Friday, honestly, it looks pretty nice. So maybe is this the good part? Is this the good part of Stockton? I mean, it's the high class. And this is what the white folks say, or high class black people. Because honestly, I don't see. They kept saying Stockton's so bad, it's so ghetto, it's so this, it's so that. Wait a minute, I don't see the ghetto-ness. Where's the ghetto? I mean, look at that. Where is the ghetto? I mean, I don't see it. Where is that? I was looking for the ghetto. I don't see the ghetto at all. They keep saying it's ghetto in Stockton and it's ghetto in there. I don't necessarily see it. So this is why it's so important to go see it for yourself. Okay, so many people say it's so ghetto, ratchet ghetto, but I don't see the ghetto. I would actually go live there. Lala, can you go buy me a plane ticket to get me there? If that's where it's at, I'd love to live in that part. Now, what part is that? That's the north side of Stockton? Okay. Because y'all said it was so ghetto. It was so ghetto. Y'all said stay out of stock. That don't look good. Look at that house. Wait a minute. Let me pause. Look at that house. Now, wait a minute. Let me go back. Y'all keep saying it's ghetto. I'm listening to y'all. Look at that. That's a nice house. Wait a minute. Y'all keep saying it was ghetto. So I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Look at that beautiful door. They got a door. They got a door. And look, you could walk around. I see the man. He jumping. He happy. Oh, he jumping for joy. Where's the ghetto? I mean, I'm just saying, where's the ghetto? Can anybody from Stockton can tell me where this at? Look at the people. They're laughing. They're enjoying. Can somebody hit the link? Give me a second. Can somebody hit the link? Tell me the part of Stockton this is at. Somebody hit the link. You ain't got to come on camera. You ain't gonna come on camera. We did just see your voice. What part of Stockton this is? I want to go. Look how they jumping. Look at that lady with that hoodie on. She jumping up and down. Oh, look at that. Wait a minute. Ooh. Okay. Look at Jason Lee. He laughing. I don't see no cops. I don't see no yellow tape, no chalk. Look at this. He got on his red jacket, his black hat. I mean, look at the street. It's clean. Paul, put the camera. Yeah, zoom in. I don't see no trash. This ain't Baltimore. Now, if it was Baltimore, it'll be a lot of trash on the street because, you know, Baltimore is filthy. And this New York being cut. I don't see no trash. Where's the trash at? It's so clean. Look at that nice, beautiful truck in the back. I just, because people kept saying Stockton is so ghetto. I don't see it. Look at the number. Look at the number. Wait a minute. Where's the number at? Hello. Wait a minute, y'all. What the world? What the world? Can y'all hear me? Say it. Ah. Well, hold on. What did I do? Hold on, y'all. This is like a new system. Hold on. Hello. All right. Can y'all hear me? I'm sorry. I clicked off the wrong thing. Okay. Let me run that back. Oh no. It took the green screen. Oh. Yeah, this is a StreamYard problem. I'm not gonna deal with this because I'm not about to start it all over. All right. We ain't gonna worry about that green screen today. We ain't gonna worry about that green screen today. Not at all. We ain't gonna worry about it. Cause hold on, y'all. I probably got to do it on another browser. Give me a second. I'm glad it did it on this first political segment. Hey, Lala, you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Now, what part of Stockton
That
is?
must be the north side because Stockton is ratchet and ghetto.
Okay.
So I'm gonna actually take you on a tour. I'm gonna
Okay.
drive down there, and when I drive down there, I'm gonna put my camera on because that's not the Stockton.
So that's not a good Stockton. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna try to go on my other browser here so y'all can see the green screen because we got a fun show and I do not feel like doing it. Hold on. You go ahead.
So what I'm saying is, what I will do for you is I'm gonna take a tour of Stockton, and when I go to Stockton, I will go live so that you can see Stockton. I'll FaceTime you, and I'm gonna show you like the tent cities. I'm gonna show you all the trash. I'm gonna show you like all the home unhoused. That's the political term that we're supposed to use. People that's on the street, and it's just I want you to see the real. So what Jason is giving is definitely probably not the sixth district. I don't know. It's got to be the sixth district. I guess
Okay.
just putting those flyers on the
I-
doors.
but my
But that's
thing,
the
my,
good
my
part.
thing, okay, we got it to work, y'all. I'm sorry. I told you I like this stream. But my thing is because that's still not, I mean, it looks nice. So that must be the nice part of Stockton.
Yeah, that's a nicer part
Because
of that.
it's gotta be like the nice part. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
because
right. Okay, that's what I had to say because people kept saying, "Oh, it's so filthy." I didn't. I will actually live in it. What
no,
part
you
is that?
no, yeah, you might live in that part where
I
he,
would live in that. I would honestly live in that part. So, okay, yeah, when you
because
do the
it's divided by districts, so
okay,
you know.
but my thing is about Kimberly Wormsley. I'm worried because Jason is creating the atmosphere, and I got something else to show y'all too. Well, I didn't get permission to play it, but I would just tell you. I was on Jason Lee on his social media. He had Leandria sing at the MLK event in Stockton.
Oh,
She
today.
flew today.
Okay.
She
Yeah.
flew in and baby, she brought the house down. For me, I mean, Jason is doing it. Honestly, like I told you, if you do good, I talk about you. If you do bad, I talk about. I mean, this is good because your job when you run for office is to campaign. That
Mhm.
man is campaigning. He had Leandra. He said Grammy Award winner, and he said she flew in. Of course, he paid her, but the point of it is showing the voters that Jason got connections and he's using those connections. Like, of course, I text Kimberly Wormsley, but I'm going to text her tomorrow and be like, girl, you got to get off your tush.
Yeah.
Baby, you got,
He got, but see, he can put his money where his mouth is. See, he got
yeah.
the publicity and he got coins. So he can, yeah.
And then he's using his brand and marketing skills from like Hollywood Unlocked.
Yes, and he probably
You
write
know?
all of this off as a tax write-off too. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't think of that. Really?
of
He can
course.
get a tax write-off?
Yeah. Yeah. And he probably got people that's sponsoring him because, he's a public figure. So,
I know that. I did not know that you can get a tax write-off.
yeah, it's all kind of shelters when you have money. Look, yeah.
Wow. Okay. But my thing is, I brought Kimberly Wormsley on the show, correct? And
Right.
my thing is, I can lead you to the water, but I can't make you drink it.
But she has a lot more to lose than Jason.
But
She
but
has a whole career.
right,
Like
but
she has the
she still
yeah,
have to campaign if she want
right.
that career.
I think there's an intimidation factor.
And she had okay, let me say this. This woman has been intimidated. She had been harassed. Jason had been pulling pool on her, and I have it on tape. I have it on tape from her words. I
Mm.
haven't put it out because she haven't gave permission, but I have her on tape saying the harassment and the bullying tactics that she have went through. I'm gonna just put it out
Yeah,
there, and I have it recorded. And the
I
only
can see
reason
that.
she have been attacked, and one of the things that she said privately, and I haven't recorded that he sent one of his people to city council to drag her, like harass, yell, said she ain't doing nothing. But before that, he said he had already attacked her. She said, I'm the only black woman, and I'm getting all of this his pull. He's coming after me. And behind the scenes, he have pulled this. So I have that on tape. And the only reason why I have not released it, because again, I don't want her to continue to deal with this drama from Jason. That's the only reason, because I know how Jason moved. He have connection and he know people. That's his home court event, and he's messy and he will pull. He's going to win that seat by any means necessary. By
Yeah,
any means necessary. Even though you see this public persona of him knocking on doors, he's smiling, but he do got that bully mentality, and he have used that against him. And I think she's scared to go toe to toe with him because she won't win, because he got the gay card, he got the you know what I'm saying, the celebrity card. He have all of these. He even brought Tiffany Haddish to Stockton.
I know he keep bringing all these celebrities, and I feel like that's what he's using for his advantage. He's not really talking about things that he's done for the community. He just keeps dangling all these. It's kind of like clickbait. You know, it's clout. It's all of those things. It's not that he's
Right?
doing so much. He's not out feeding the homeless. Well, yeah, he kind of did, didn't he?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
kind of did.
yeah, he kind of did with
Yes,
Tiffany.
he
Yeah,
did. Gave him toys and
yeah, he
everything.
kind of
And
did.
so La Maria said he's being a true politician, and I agree. And this is why I have to understand, like, when you run for office, you have to, how bad do you want it? And I think a lot of times, politicians, they underestimate an outsider, like, oh, whatever, I'm gonna brush it off. But I don't think she needs to underestimate, because this man is campaigning in January. I believe the election is in March.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
he got a strong 8 weeks. And if he continue to pass, it's man, if you keep seeing them flyers and you keep seeing them posters, just a work of psychology is you're gonna vote for what you see.
Yeah.
Imagery is power.
And I mean, he's actually on the ground. He got boots on the ground. He going door to door.
He's on the ground, and I'm seeing it, and I'm in Texas, and I was in Chicago, and I was saying, I'm like, whoa.
Well, that should let you know too that that's not a ghetto part of Stockton. If he's going to the door,
that's not. But you want to go on that part, and I'm not trying to be offensive, but it looked like that part probably will vote in the lower income part. It's easier to get that part of that district to come than the lower part, the one that is like lower income, because a lot of them is not educated in voting. Some probably not even registered. Some
they're probably not even registered. Yeah,
right. But that part of them owning homes, homeowners, they typically will be more engaged. So I think it's a great strategy.
But I wonder, what is his platform? What is he saying that he's going to do for the people besides like the food deserts, which we've already talked about when she came on the show, and we were saying like, you can't just put grocery stores up in 2 weeks.
You
So
can't.
that I would love to hear like, what are some of his
what is his platform?
Yeah,
Where do his agenda and everything? And if somebody can find it for me, let me know. But how he's going to be able to get this passed, because again, he have his nonprofit, and they still have not passed that ordinance to help his nonprofit. And but still, he's still being a service to his community, because he have a nonprofit that celebrities is investing in.
So that may be one of his agendas that he's pushing, like bringing more people into Stockton, bringing more economics into the area. Maybe that's one of his stands, because like I said, I don't live in Stockton. It's not far, but I don't live there, so that's kind of like not on my radar. But I would love to see like, what are some of the strong issues that he's actually talking about, because how is he gonna I would love to see like him and Kimberly Warren have like a political debate, but I don't even know if they're doing any of that type of stuff, like if they're having a town hall, like is he
because like when y'all go on her social media page, of course she's talking about job fairs, whatever, but I don't see her posting flyers, posters, and you can't wait to the last minute. Because Jason Lee got boots on the ground, you must meet that energy and do double that. Because he have an advantage that he's doing it on steroids. He's actually bringing celebrities. And when he brought, oh my gosh, when he brought my girl Leandria, and that woman sang the roof down.
When was this?
That was today. Whatever they had,
for the ML King, because it was ML King. Okay.
Yeah. So he did that today. So it's just, and it was on video. So this is why I say you have to document the moment, because it's making me talk about it on a national show. Actually, to be taking an international show. And the reason why I'm talking about it, because again, Jason Lee is a blogger, and then I would like to run for office one day. And I'm just looking at this and like, okay, I'm taking mental notes, because even though, you know what I'm saying, he done a lot for Hollywood Unlocked, whatever he said about celebrities, but in this particular case, I mean, he can truly show an example for people that's in Hollywood, or people that do blogging, that you don't have to necessarily be a roaster or a blogger. You actually can be a politician. I mean, Trump has shows there too. Trump went from appraisal to the White House. But go ahead.
What's his end game? Like,
I think the end game is mayor. I think the end game, I believe this is his first step. And then the next step is mayor. The next step is Congress. Then the next step is Senate. I see more of that, because again, legally he can run.
Yeah,
he can run. So again, it's the basics. It's about who get more votes than your opponent. And if he win this, of course he's going to run for mayor. What would stop him from running for mayor? Nothing. And if he run for mayor, then the DNC, hey man, you need to run for Congress of this district. And then he's going to run for Congress. And then, you know what I'm saying? He still could keep Hollywood alive. You still can keep that engine. but the knowledge I think he accumulate by running a successful media company. And politics need media, right? Marketing, right? Baby, you just twist it up a little bit and put politics and put a campaign and put a beautiful picture. I mean, look at it. I mean, his own announcement when he made it on his social media page. I mean, he had a professional photographer.
Right. He has a staff. You can tell if you play the video back, he has a staff. Those people are there helping him go door to door and put those flyers and stuff on the door. So he's putting money. It's money into his campaign.
Yes, he put money because you got to pay for the flyers.
And the thing is, though, this is not even like a large.
It's not.
This is just a city councilman. I'm just like,
council. But the thing is, if he win, it become large because it sends shockwaves. Because again, you got the Shade Room, you got Ball Alert, you got the Jasmine brand. This helps Jason Lee. Not only but also I'm a city council. Then it's just so great on so many levels. Now, what he's going to do, that's a whole nother story. That's up to the voters. But my thing is, we're talking about the campaign. Kimberly Williams should be very worried. Do you think that she should be worried?
I think she should be worried, but I almost feel like she's already thrown in the towel. Like I don't see her. I don't see anything that she's doing. And if she's really serious about getting this seat, and she is really like not doing a great job.
Because I need to see. That's why I'm like, okay, when you go there, I need to see what is she doing on the ground. And
going from house to house is free. Like that don't cost you anything. Meeting your constituents is free.
Yeah.
But she also has a full-time career in which, she does the counseling and stuff. So I don't know.
So do Jason Lee. Got a full-time career.
I feel like I was rooting for Kim, but I
was rooting for him too. And I said some on this show, and I'm glad for it. I said he never opened up an office in Stockton. Baby, the next day or 2 days later, I got an announcement. What's up, y'all? I'm opening up an office, a Hollywood Unlocked office in my hometown in Stockton, creating jobs. That brother, I said, oh, shut me up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he also have people, again, he also have people watching the Wiley Show. How do I know this? When I dragged him, he took every piece of little clip, his team, put it all together. They still watching the Wiley Show today because guess what? I'm the only one talking about this race.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't
seen I'm the only one. So you're going to watch, and I'm just not a person talk to two people. I'm talking to thousands. And Jason know me because he said my name on Gagging. So didn't say nobody else's name. They burned up his book, but he said my name direct. It wasn't Wiley. You know who Shaw should have went on? Wiley. I should have told my team to come on over there and then cancel on him. I can literally take that clip and live for it forever. The man said my name, so he know who I am. And he had recently commented maybe a couple of weeks ago. His team comment from the Hollywood a lot. But if he win. I do want to go to Stockton. I want to make this promise because this is something from my media hat. I got to go to Stockton. I need to see this. On the night of election, I need to see this for my own two eyes. Like, we're going to talk a lot.
We need to look up the dates. We need to look up the dates.
I want to look at the dates because I got to get there. Because this is so interesting. It reminded me when J. Mal Green ran, and I knew it was close to impossible for him to win this election. I mean, the Chicago mayor. But one thing I noticed about when I looked at J. Mal and I was there when he ran for mayor of Chicago, of course, he lost. It was that he created the atmosphere of a possibility that a young person can run. And even though you lost, okay, what is he doing? Making people helping people become homeowners, helping people build up their credit and become homeowners, in which he's doing that. So the next 4 years, he have more knowledge, more money, more connections, and maybe he will win the next cycle. But this is a young brother. And I went there. I literally got on the plane from Texas, went to Chicago, knowing that he was going to lose because he was going to lose. He didn't have nowhere near the money. But I still went there to support my brother because I know one day, and I told him, one day you're going to be something, a congressman, a senator, a governor, and I want to be able to tell whoever I knew this brother and interviewed him when he was 16.
Back when.
So I'm just letting you know. So I love politics. And if I can go there, I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna save my coins up so I can get to Stockton because I need to see about that election. Because I'm literally just pleasantly surprised because I thought Jason Lee said he want to do this, and it's just like all like a little photo op. But he's not
serious. He's serious.
He's campaigning. When he invited Tiffany Haddish, I said, uh-oh. And then he got Leandra coming for an event in Stockton. Oh my gosh. I said he's serious about this election.
Yeah, he pulling out the guns, and Kimberly can't compare to that.
I mean, because she can't. I mean, he's pulling it out. And I think when she came on the show, I don't think she's ready to go on the debate stage with Jason. She's just not ready. She's playing it safe. It reminded me of Hillary Clinton when she was running against Trump. Baby Hillary, she put them glasses on. She came. I mean, she was getting all her talking points. Trump, you would be in jail for 30 years. For 30 years, Hillary. 30 years. You could have changed the tax code. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. He went to Dragon. So in the data, if you can see in the data with the African Americans, 34%, 35.5. But Trump, excuse me, make America great again, people. Believe me, I will fix it.
I sure have not missed. I have not missed that. I have not missed that at all.
It made it entertaining. Just like tonight, who won the Iowa caucus? Who did they project it? Let me say this. Who did they project it to win within 30 minutes? Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And the man didn't even do not one debate with Nikki or Governor Ron because he got. So what I'm saying is, do not underestimate your opponent. Just like the sister Cori Bush out of it's not Michigan, gotta be St. Louis, Missouri, some part of Missouri. So it was a congressperson that held that seat. I believe Congresswoman Cori Bush, I believe that's her name. He held the seat for about 40 years. And this woman said, okay, a nurse, she was homeless. He underestimated her. Lackluster campaign, and guess who won? Guess who won that seat? Congresswoman Cori Bush. So you can't underestimate, and just because you've been in that seat for 4 and Kimberly, I believe 4 years she's been in there now.
Yeah, she's been in there 4, I think.
So don't underestimate. You could lose it. It's all about who got the most votes. Anyway.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to actually do a little bit more homework to see what her platforms are. I haven't seen her on anything.
I haven't either. I have not, and I checked the social media. I checked the other candidates. It's another like Latino woman, I want to say. She been volunteering, but it's nowhere. If I had to look at who's really, really want that job, it got the branding, the marketing, Jason Lee. And I'm not just saying it because he's my colleague in media, but the brother is doing it. And I can play, like, I wish I could stream a clip of Kimberly Wormsley. I can't because I don't see it. Y'all see it. Send it to me.
She should have hired you. She needed like some young people to be like her.
I agree. She need, and you can hire an outside person because in the Congress, they have outside consultants.
Yeah, at least to do the social media part.
Do her social media part, and to do it, to knock on doors and take those pictures and take those videos, because again, it's about what people see. If they don't see it, they're going to say you're not doing anything.
You're not doing anything. She has to be visible.
She has to be visible. Like anything, any ordinance that you pass and you was advocating for that, you need to do your own press conference. You need to be on social media because you got to let the world know. And then you need to travel to your constituents and say, hey, I did X, Y, and Z. And that's something that the Democrats, I believe, struggle with on the national stage because they have not done enough promotion and marketing. And the Democrats are dealing with another issue because they have not done enough funding for Black consultants, for Black posters. They abandoned the Black people. They abandoned that base. And so now that opened the door for Trump to just say the African Americans, I love African American. One, you keep saying that and talking to African Americans, and particularly men, African Americans like, hey, let's give Trump a chance.
Yep, so, they're gonna have him kissing babies and going to churches.
And you keep abandoning your base because you think it's a guarantee. Nothing is guaranteed. A person can change their mind tomorrow. So that's why they have to invest more into that base and actually promote their wins that they did for Africa. If they don't, you will see Trump being the president, he will get reelected. I mean, it's just, it is what it is. And you will see that Jason Lee will get elected in that seat. And everybody will be talking about it. Everybody. And now, unless you're a hater and you want to burn up his book or his campaign poster. And that's another person. See, I want to say this. If I was Armon, I'm under attack, I will pull my resources and I will help Kimberly Wormsley.
But it's hard for him. Okay, so how is he going to help her? Because he doesn't really do much political commentary.
What he can do is the media part. He just got to be simple. Record Kimberly Wormsley, edit it, help her pass out the flyers. You wear the Kimberly Wormsley shirt. Did you see how he's an ambassador of? He got the affiliate link. Professional.
Don't you start that.
I'm just saying, how about you have an affiliate link of Kimberly Wormsley shirt, mug, and that will create that. It will help him to get him out of this crying, dragging. This will actually help him. And it will trigger Jason because you got boots on the ground and you have a powerful machine too.
Right.
It's just like,
but teaming up with the ops. He's teaming up with the ops.
Yes, and it will actually help his platform. It will make his platform just like, oh, wow. And it's entertaining because people sometimes get tired of just seeing you in your room. It's a different type of vibe when you outside meeting the people. And he may be some of his Armon Wiggins fans too there. Like, oh, girl, Armon is in Stockton. I'm going too. I'm a volunteer for Kimberly Wormsley, Jesse Armon. And they all volunteer. Baby, that's how you do it.
But don't you understand? If you recommend it, he is not going to do it.
I don't understand. But my thing is, we'll just sit in LA and cry with your sorrows. With me, I don't care. See, this is another thing too, that we as Black folks and as people in media, it may be a person that you hate got some good advice to help you get to the promised land. And you got to listen to that. A good business person don't give a damn where the information come from. Because if it's good information, they're going to use it. They're going to use it. If it's good, that's why you got to lay aside your ego. You got to lay that aside. Because if you don't, it will keep you in mess. It will just keep you down. And because he lives in LA. Right.
It probably would be like I want to say, okay, so from LA to here, he could be here. It's not even an hour. Like, it's not even.
Just saying, do you know he should interview Kimberly?
Yeah, he could fly in like less than an hour.
Interview Kimberly. Like, what is best for business? If you got a person that is trying to blackball you, what would be the most greatest win to make sure he lose? That's your lick back. You got your lick back because he literally tried to blackball Armon when it came to Zeus and others, right? And if one way to get Jesse Lee for him to lose and you help Kimberly Wormsley win that seat, baby, if that ain't no win, if that ain't no way to get your odds back, I don't know what is. I'm just saying.
Why don't you text him? Well, he probably
he have me blocked. But one thing he don't have blocked, me on this YouTube to watch, because I'm speaking to the people. When I said that about Jason, I knew Jason was going to hear it. I ain't talking to myself. Me and Lala, we ain't talking privately. We're talking in front of thousands. So when I tell you, so I want him to know, and this is the best way for him to communicate with him so the people can be like, I think you need to listen to Wiley. I think that's a great strategy. And so what? It'll make Wiley look right because you ain't debunked that Fox Soul. You pulled me off. That you ain't debunked that. You actually happy that I put it out. And people, they really believe this, that he's going to be on Fox Soul. I mean, the atmosphere. I created the atmosphere of him getting that seat. And so I think it's a great storyline, Lala, you will be there. You'll be eating your popcorn. Everybody that's in California, it will send shockwaves like Armon person versus Jason. Like, it will be entertaining.
It will be entertaining.
And that will be a good look, I think, for Armon Wiggins fans, that they're getting something fresh, new, and something out of Armon Wiggins' comfort zone outside of female rappers. So it will help him. It will be a win-win. Hell, you could give Kimberly Wormsley a reading with your tarot cards. You could do that too. You know, they're shovel them cards. And be like,
tell him to shuffle the cards to see who's gonna win.
Tell them to shovel the cars here. Yes, that's what I would do. I would give her shovel the car, give her a live reading. Okay, committee wants me. Give me what that. Like I would do that too. I'm just like because I like talking, and I
That's
think
a good idea. That's a
it
good
is.
idea.
It's a good idea because you want to do tarot. You say you love the spiritual reading. You're taking the classes. This is the perfect opportunity. And the people out there that are listening, though we only have 5 people in the chat, baby, it's almost 200 people in the chat, almost 11 o'clock at night. So people are listening, and everybody I can tell is saying, that's a great idea. Because half of the people didn't even know that till we started that Jason Lee was running for office. They said, Wiley, I found that out from your platform.
I did too, and that's like down the street. I'm just like, just like,
oh, it's amazing because I saw it on social because and we'll get more into the show, but people will always say you can always talk about negative. But for me, the reason why this show is not that negative because we have a balance. Like not too many YouTubers talk about politics, even though that affects your daily life, which is whatever goes on the political scene will affect you. So I said, why not talk about this? Because and when I talked about this race, some subscribers from Stockton was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to vote for Jason. No shade. They were saying that. And like, oh my gosh, I'm like, this is serious. And Jason Lee, I'm watching his social media feed. People said, Jason, bring a sign to my house. I need a sign. So that's helping him. Like that is really, really helping him, Lala. Prediction, if you were to predict if the election was held today, who you think would win?
I think based on this information, I think Jason would win. I mean, because he's really popular and he's like actually doing the work, So I don't see her out there like this.
Yeah, and I think like if the election was held today, it would go to
Jason. He'd win. Yep. He's out there. Like I'm saying, he's kissing babies and hugging people, and that's what people want to see. Even if you're lying, they want to just see you, even if you lying.
They want to see who's out there. And when I got the word, when I saw it, I said, oh, let me talk about this today. And it was a lot of stuff that was going on today. But that piece, I got my eye on that race because I'm very interested in how that's going to turn out. Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good one. You need to text her and ask her like, does she want to come back on the show again?
Yeah.
Does she? I mean, before you don't have, but like, how many weeks before the election? What are you doing the campaign?
Yeah.
I mean, you have a nationally syndicated show, so. I mean, is it something she want to do? Can y'all do a town hall and you host the town hall in Stockton? I mean, that would be something.
Yeah, I believe it would be great. And so I'm gonna reach out to her because she needs that and she needed fast because she can't wait. Because baby, Jason is acting like the election is tomorrow. Like that's how he's campaigning. Like he's really campaigning like he's running for Congress.
I see. I mean, he has like little door things made.
Yeah,
he's get out a sprinter. Did you see him get out the sprinter with the umbrella?
Yes, baby, he got out.
I'm like, really? Is it that serious?
Ooh, yes. How bad do you want? What they say? Dress to what you want to be, and that
I guess so. All the way in Stockton.
Wait a minute. And then y'all made it seem like that was smart too, not posting the dirty part of Stockton. That was a good part. Like when I looked at it, I said, wow, because I kept.
But that's why you really need to come and you need to see for yourself. And then if you were to host a town hall, you can kind of debunk and you could counter all those things that he's saying. He's showing on his campaign, he's showing like that video, they show all the good part. Okay, well, we're not living in a utopia. What are we doing about this part of Stockton? What are we doing about this tent cities? What are you doing here?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, what are you doing about it? It's nice to talk about what you're gonna do when everything is peaches and cream, but what are you doing really for the people? And these are the people that's gonna need you. Okay, you over here with the working class people, but what are you doing for all these unhoused? There's a women's shelter downtown. What are you doing for them? Like it's so many homeless people, it is ridiculous there. It's ridiculous. And when I see that, like, I wouldn't even recognize it as Stockton, because that's not the part that you see. That is a small percentage. That's probably like 25, maybe 30 or 40% of the the conditions. The rest of it is rundown parts.
And speaking about that, and they have a case that is filed by 3 individuals, I believe, in another part. I forgot what city this is. We talked about it, and the Supreme Court is actually into it about the tent city. So this is very something, because of the Supreme Court if they overturn and make it a violation to have those 10 cities, it will harm, people that's on the street. So advocates from homeless rights emphasize that the need for provide solution like housing and services. But the Supreme Court decision in the case will undoubtedly shape the future of homelessness policy in the United States. So make sure y'all get into that, because what they're trying to do is challenge people going outside, like having tents outside. Is it legal or illegal?
Yeah, because what they do here is, after like, they'll try to like push the people out, and then they'll bring like big dumpsters, and like they'll just demolish. They'll tell them, you got so many days and you got to be gone, and if you're not, they just demolish the whole thing, because it's so bad. The homelessness is so bad here in California that they're even in the woods. Like, they'll be in like the back of your property, and because that part is kind of like public property,
Mhm.
they'll put their tents up, and then you'll call the city, you'll call the police, and the police will tell you, well, it's not against the law to be homeless, which is not right. But what happens is, people property values start dwindling. So you'll have like a million or $2 million house, and then across the street there are people pooping, like,
Mm.
literally across the street, and you can't do anything about it. You can't do anything because it's not against the law to be homeless. It's just really getting, and that's the sad part when people start talking about immigration and things, how people from other countries can come over, and we have asylum, and then we have a lot of homeless veterans that can't even get assistance with their living. They may have mental illnesses, they may have fallen on hard times, but they can't get anything. And then you have people that, like the recommendation that you were talking about, for people to come over and get free housing or apartments for a year or two. I mean, like, really? You know?
It's like you said, it's very sad, and this is why people must pay attention to these things, because it's really bad in California. And people thought I was joking, but no, it's just that bad. And California is a Democratic run state, and they have failed homeless people. They have really failed. When you look at the homeless rates in Texas, it's nowhere near like California. California is just like, that's the battleground of homelessness. Like, that is the mecca of homeless people. Like, it's just that terrible. And then, they were talking about it on the news that they light fires,
Oh,
and
yes.
and it
Oh,
burns
yes.
it burns property down because
Yep.
they try to keep warm. And
Yeah, they try to keep warm because right now it's cold, and then, they use it for cooking their food, and I mean, they'll burn out a whole freaking neighborhood.
um,
You like go out there, you like,
maybe
wait a
burn it
minute.
down. And I'm like, this is really something. And like, when Governor Newsom would say they said he pulled been on the short list of running for office one day, president, why would you want to run? You can't even handle the homeless people in your state. And they want to give insurance to migrants, to illegals,
Exactly.
by the taxpayers in California.
And you don't even have to be documented. Like,
You don't have to be
you
documented.
don't have to be documented. You can be illegal. You can be an illegal immigrant and qualify for benefits.
And it just, like, that to me is so off wrong, because we have a lot of people in California that's uninsured, not insured. Why do they not qualify for that? Why do they not get first priority? So this is why it's so sad to talk about California, because people just look at California, LA, Hollywood.
That's what
But
they think, but it's way more to it than
it's
that.
way more to this Hollywood. Hollywood is a very small little part of California. But when you look at and really go out and travel, you see, I mean, they out in the streets, tent city, and them camps are for real. It does not play in California. But thank you.
You have, yeah, but you have never ever. It's if you've ever seen like Skid Row in LA, like the Bay Area is now like a Skid Row. I mean, it's just like you'll in the sad part, even like when I go to like Oakland and things like that, you're talking about, guys, we're talking about $2 and $3 million houses, which here in California it's not like Atlanta. So like in Atlanta, if you had a $3 million house, you'd probably be living, you have about 25 acres. I mean, but here $2 million is not gonna get you a lot. So it's just different. It's it's sad. It's sad. And it takes so much to just live. So I can see how people don't have it and they end up being homeless, So.
It's sad, but we thank you. You guys. Woo! This is up. Thank you, Lala, for coming on. Our first StreamYard guest. I believe you are first this year. I believe so. Maybe it was somebody else. But the first one to stay on for almost an hour, giving us the thoughts on this. And we will keep y'all updated on this Jason Lee race. I mean, we're going to keep you updated. And I made a promise. And we'll cover Kimberly Walmsley when we have something to talk about, when we have something to share with you all. So, yeah, I'm going to go to the other
top. Back in the chat.
All right. Thank you so much, Lala. All right. So, wow, you guys. So we are here. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video. We got a lot of stuff to get into, and let's get right into it. This other topic of Yo Gotti and his brother. His brother was taken out. I think it was a Juke. Is that his name? How do y'all pronounce the Yo Gotti brother? Right? He's at a funeral with his mother and Yo Gotti, and he left the funeral and he got deleted. His mother, they were after his mother as well. And so it was a brother that came out and said they was after his mother. They wanted to take out Yo Gotti's mother. She ran for her life, and they are looking for her, so she went in hiding. Then they're saying that this is stemming from a beef from Young Dolph. Of course, he is no longer with us. He got deleted. And they're saying now they want retaliation from Young Dolph. So this is something like a lot of word is going around. They saying that the mama went in hiding. Then they saying Young Dolph people going in hiding. But many politicians that I've talked to and people that I've talked to off the record, they're tired of the violence in Memphis. They feel like the violence in Memphis, Tennessee is just out of control. And they said, one particular person said, is it Juke? I'm sorry. They lost control. The streets have taken over. One person told me personally, and they're not going on the record, but they work in City Hall in Memphis. They said the police allowing them to take over. And this one particular politician said to me, he said, the reason why he believed that they're taking over is because of the Black Lives Matter movement and people protesting, and police are afraid of getting sued or canceled or arrested. They're just allowing them to take over. The police do not care. The morale is down. And they said they're just taking over. And it's really sad because people are losing their life, and it's so much, and people are begging them to stop, and it's out of control. And Tennessee is just the state. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, they're going through it right now in Tennessee. A lot of their state representatives is really fighting for rights, to get some gun control, and they're fighting it. Those Republicans are fighting it, knowing that the violence is just out of control. They still want to be pro rights, pro Second Amendment rights, and it's just crazy. And the Speaker of the House is getting people off the committees that really are advocating for gun control. They don't want the gun control. But I do believe if it was middle class white people in Memphis or wealthy parts and they were dealing with this, they would demand gun control. So it's just crazy. Someone just said in here, my son's older brother was just deleted in Memphis last month. We still don't know who did that to him. Right. It's sad. It's sad. And coming from a very violent city, Chicago is very violent. And so many people have left the city of Chicago, left the state of Illinois. It's like, it's crazy. Even in Dallas, the crime has increased in Dallas. And I talked to some police officers years ago, and I said, you all are not ready for the influx of Chicago people. You're not ready. Y'all police response is already lack. Y'all never really had to deal with, y'all did have to deal with crime from New Orleans. Like when the people came from Katrina, it changed like Dallas landscape. A lot of Dallas clubs that were allowed to stay open for hours and hours shut down because of the violence. But I don't think you all are equipped to deal with the influx of these Chicago people from California, and they're coming in, and that's why the crime has went up in Dallas. It just ticked up because you're dealing with so many people from these northern states and cities. They're coming here and they're bringing that bad behavior to Dallas, and the police is not prepared. They're not prepared for it. And so they have to have a whole new strategy to have this influx. That means when more people come with problems, you got to know how to handle the situation. So it's just that sad. But when it comes to this situation with Yo Gotti and his brother, like losing his life, it is heartbreaking because this is somebody's brother, this is somebody's father, this is somebody's son, and it's sad but this will continue because now he's gone. There's somebody else in his crew or his associates. They're going to take out a person that they think did it. So this is all just sad all around. This entire situation is a sickness, and it needs to stop because people are losing their life. And I don't see the politicians is ringing the alarm. I don't see them standing in the gap. Now in California, when we had the Black Panthers carrying rifles in the state capital of California, they changed the law because California used to be an open carry state, almost like tech, open carry. Well, but when the Black Panthers decide to test the law and go to march to the state capitol with their rifles, with their all black, the governor at that time, Governor, oh my gosh, Ronald Reagan, Governor Reagan at the time, he's the governor of California, they changed the law. So don't tell me you can't change the law. You did it in California. You changed it just like that. Oh, baby, California, it open carry. And them Black Panthers game there, and you switched it just that quick. So I'm personally saying, it's sad. When I got word from Yo Gotti and I talked to some people, they're saying he's angry, he's hurt, and he want blood. It's just like, it's sad. It's just so sad that this is going on. And it's going to turn out ugly. It's going to turn out ugly. And if they're not careful with all of this violence, we're going to go back to having a crime bill of putting people in prison. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, this was the same spirit going on in the 90s. And they were calling people super predators, and Democrats, particularly Democrats that was in the Congressional Black Caucus and many black mayors, were urging Congress to step in, and they put a crime bill, the 1994 crime bill. If they're not careful, we will get a 2024 or 2025 crime bill because it's just getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. And so I am praying for Gotti's family and his mother, his nieces and nephews, and praying for this brother that passed away. And the way he passed away, he was young. I mean, he wasn't 80 some years old. What he's in his 50s? 40-something, 50-something years old, 40-something, 50. Like, he still had more life to live. And to lose your life after leaving her funeral, that to me is mind-boggling. Like, oh, what? You leave a funeral and lose your life the day of the funeral? That's just, whoa. The whole beef originated because he didn't want to sign to Gotti. This is sad. This is so sad. This is so sad, man. But I've been reading the reports, man. Some say his mama went and had this, and Young Dolph family isn't had. Like, it's a lot of rumors that's going around, and the police just not caught up. And this is why I'm sorry. The National Guard, this is a national emergency, because it's not just going on in Memphis. New Orleans got crime. Chicago got crime. And they keep saying crime is down. Where? I don't feel it. Memphis doesn't feel it. Like, carjacking is up. I just read an article where they're stealing cars and then shipping it to West Africa. And in Baltimore, like in Maryland, in the ports, there are seasoned vehicles that's on their way to West Africa. Like, this is crazy. Like, it's just so sad that this is going on, and people is scared, and it's just really scared. There was another situation. A woman was doing a funeral arrangements, I believe, for her son, that was deleted, and her daughter got deleted by the boy. She picked up the boyfriend device, pow, and I don't know how she pow herself, but she was somewhere going out there. Oh my gosh, she was going to bury someone, and she's getting a funeral arrangement for her son, and then her daughter lose her life the day that she's doing the funeral arrangement for her son. So it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's a lot of stuff that's going on. I can go on and on and on about the crime that's going on in Chicago. I mean, I just wrote a story about a guy set up somebody on Grindr, and he robbed them and did some stuff. So I post that on my website. It's just a lot. It's really, really a lot. And it's just, I don't know what to say, man. I get it. These liberal policies want to be more left leaning on crime, but when are we going to be standing up to these criminals? I'm sorry. I mean, lock them up, throw away the key, because these tap on the wrist. I mean, in Illinois, I mean, the Safety Act. I mean, you got people that's out on bail committing so many vicious stuff that's going on. Like, you out on bail, but you do more violent crime. I think they need to change the law, and you need to sit in there. Like, for some type of crime, what are you doing? You know they're doing it. You got the strong evidence. They just sit there until they have their day in court. I could see if it was something petty, but a lot of these people is just doing a lot of violent stuff. And I'm seeing the data. I'm seeing the people that's going to and from. That's why in Illinois, Kim Foxx, she's not returning, because she did a terrible job to certain people. It all depending upon who you ask. She just did terrible. Police didn't like her. The mayor didn't like her. The governor didn't like her. And so she won't be returning. Because people don't know, the prosecutor have a lot of power. They have a lot of power. They're very, very, they can charge. They have the discretion to charge you or not charge you. They have a lot of power as a prosecutor. So if you have a prosecutor that want to let people go and all that, but if you have a prosecutor like, hey, I'm coming after you hard, it all depends on who that's why, in a sense of, that's why it's very important to know who you put in office. Know who you put in office, because the prosecutor have a lot of power. And so, I'm praying for Yo Gotti family, and this is crazy. Of course, we're going to hear more situation come out like this, and it's just, I don't even go back. I mean, I don't understand why Yo Gotti people still go to Memphis. It's crazy. Just don't go. Like, once you out of the hood, I will never forget it. I was watching Next Friday, and he said, yeah, I always said when I get money, I'm going to stay in the hood. But when I got my check, I was gone. Once I get my money, you think I'm coming back? Nope. Baby, the only thing you're going to get a staff member to send a SOS. I may send some new diapers or bikes for the kids, book bag. You won't see me. until I invest in the community that they clean it up. But why do I keep coming back to something and my hands ain't clean? I'm doing some evil and I still want to come back to the streets. They're going to retaliate. I don't know why the brother didn't have no security. I don't understand it at all. But these people believe that, oh, my brother is your Gotti, I'm protected. That don't mean a word. I've seen, what was the other guy name that's from California? The rapper that's from California. He lost his life in his parking lot of his business. What was the guy name? He's from California, a huge rapper from California. Like, I never knew of his music, but one of his songs that I like now is F Donald Trump, Nipsey Hussle. Thank you. Like, he lost his life, I believe, on the grounds of his business. Crazy to me. It's just what is this? Is what we're teaching our children, that take the easy way out and just delete somebody at a funeral, outside of a funeral? Like, that's crazy. All right, I'm gonna mind my business because, y'all, I'm just literally just over it. I'm over it right now. Over it. All right, let's move on. So this other situation, is this YG and Sweetie? Paul, who is these people up here? Because you put this story up here. That's YG and Sweetie. They broke up. I'm like, wait. From my understanding, I thought they was doing good. They ain't no longer together. Like, according to the reports, they're saying that a source, according to I believe the Shade Room, they're saying a source close to the situation tells the Shade Room that a mutual decision, and that the two both feel as though they're better off as friends. The source tell the Shade Room that Sweetie and YG are both busy with their careers, and that's where their focus is at this time. The two sparked dating rumors when they were spotted together at Coachella in April 2023, and they confirmed their relationship after they were spotted packing on the PDA doing what looked like a romantic getaway in Mexico last summer. So, me personally, what career of Sweetie? Sweetie, and I say this with love, her career, she have hit rock bottom. And I tell career women that date a rapper that's in the same industry, they're going to make sure to destroy you. Now, Sweetie was doing good before she started giving that box to YG. I believe usually when you date a rapper that's a male rapper, it's supposed to give you a boost, but it destroyed Sweetie's career. Sweetie had commercials. Sweetie's was on a come up, and she just went away. Because a lot of these artists think that it's just looks alone. No, you got to have the passion. You got to have the love. You got to have the drive. You got to keep making the hits. You got to keep campaigning for yourself. And she just went away. When I saw Sweetie, I believe it was the BET Awards. It was some awards where she was just doing the pre-show, hosting the pre-show red carpet. I said, this woman had flopped, because she's supposed to, when you leave from performing on the main stage, you hosting a pre-show, baby, it ain't sweet over there. You didn't turn sour. It turned sour. I don't know what happened to her that it just turned sour. I don't know. A lot of these female rappers do not study Nicki Minaj. They study her BBLs. They study her lips. They study her makeup. They study her eyebrows. They study her edges. They study her hair. One thing they have not studied about Nicki is her work ethic. Because a lot of you women, because the industry is changing, you got to work. In the words of Auntie Hammond, you got to sweat. And she ain't sweating, you get comfortable, and next thing you know, you became a flop. Somebody just swooped in to replace you. Like, you got to continue the work. You got to continue the drive. And what gets me is they're not following the blueprint of Nicki. She followed the blueprint of Kim, build on that blueprint, and became this massive mainstream star. And now they're saying that Nicki sold 1 million copies. But because she had the work ethic, despite how she scammed to get there, what about the drive? She had the work ethic. She had the work ethic. And for me, Sweetie should be much further because she don't look like a Sexy Red. She look better than Sexy Red. She ain't bad built like, I mean, I got to give it to, she ain't bad built like Erica Banks. Her teeth ain't raggedy like Kaya. So why is she dealing with a career that's gone, flop? I haven't seen her on the chart in none of last year, none in 2024. Now that she in the news, they get an announcement, which they leaked to the Shade Room. They leaked that. Nothing. So maybe she'll be like Megan and say that YG screwed a woman on her couch, on her bed. I don't know. But from my message to female rappers of 2024, it comes by those that work, not by those that sit on the sidelines and be lazy. Just because you smell good and you look good, that's not good enough. Because Sexy Red is not the best looking woman ever, but she got that work ethic. She's hungry. You got to be hungry. You got to have the talent. You got to have the drive because you are a beautiful woman, but flopping. And you don't have to worry about writing a record. Just get ghostwriters. So I just don't understand that. So we'll see, get more of that. But when I saw this story, I'm like, damn, what happened to her? She was on the come up. Didn't she have her own chicken nuggets and Sweetie McGriddle bag or Sweetie burgers? Didn't she was like coming up with the brand? And then she just went up, just wasn't that Sweetie? Did she have like some barbecue sauce? Did she like have some barbecue? Did she have like a whole McDonald's Sweetie meal? Did she have an MC Sweetie flop meal? You crazy. I'm just saying, what happened to her? Okay, I remember she had a meal. Okay. Whew, let's move on, child. Why did she have to flop like that? All right, y'all. Let's talk about Saucy Santana. So we was my own business, and I saw a tweet from Armon Wiggins, and he posted this tweet. He said, quote, "So RCA dropped Saucy. Y'all think I can still open up for her?" Question. Friend of the show, Ellis Kindred, said this quote: "You still can't dig at him because at least he got signed, bro. At least he secured a bona fide hit with a plaque. I don't support or defend him or his antics, the inappropriate things he says about women in blue, but as an independent artist yourself, you know it's not easy to make an impact." So they put it out there that he got dropped. I went and go checked it out for myself. This is before Malagogram got in her car accident. She posted this last night that he got dropped. I checked information, so I ran with the story. Did Saucy Santana get dropped from RCA Records? And so I posted that with a question. And so then I was going on Twitter, and then this other person said, "But Armon does music for fun. His first job is being a blogger/blogger." A friend of the show, Ellis, said, quote, "Honestly, as an independent artist, you don't invest that much money, time, and put it on the platforms for fun. Every artist hopes it blows up and becomes more. That's why he was so excited when Cardi posted/mentioned his music. If RCA offered a deal, he'll stop blogging. He won't have time." All right. So that was a tweet that I saw. And This is where I got to say this, and I have to start posting the receipts because people forget amnesia what they post. Like Armon criticized Saucy because Saucy and Armon got this whole beef, right? Saucy got mad because we interviewed the guy from One Church Memphis. He was a promoter. Saucy left, ate the chicken, ate the Red Bulls, didn't show up for the event, but ate all the chicken legs and chicken wings. And he literally left. Now, when it came to Armon Wiggins, he started criticizing Saucy, said he got deodorant, women deodorant cracks in him. And Saucy said, you can open up for me, get your money up. Now he got dropped. But it's like a double whammy because at least Saucy got signed. At least Saucy have a plaque. At least Saucy got millions of streams. At least he got all that. Armon doesn't. When I went and last time I saw his streams, and I say this with love and with facts. I mean, the last time I saw his streams, I believe it was like 200. Was it 400, Paul? Let me go to it. 505 monthly streams. 505 monthly streams. And then if you go to Saucy Santana monthly streams, because Armon got 505 monthly streams. Somebody type 505. I need somebody to type. Then when you go to Saucy Santana monthly stream, he got 981,000 streams. Somebody type Armon Wiggins 505. Saucy Santana got 981.4 thousand monthly streams. He had almost 1 million streams, right? His highest rated stream was 62 million. Armon Wiggins' highest stream got, give me a second, his highest stream got 21,000. Don't come close. So, but he talk all this mess, okay? He talk all of this mess about a successful, established, independent artist. Successful, established, independent artist that's a part of the conversation. Armon is dealing with an identity crisis and depression and anxiety attacks because he's nowhere near this. He's not on no cover of a magazine. He ain't on top on Spotify, nothing. But yet he sit here and throw shade. But then he runs to YouTube. I want to have fun again on YouTube. I don't want to. I wanted to get away from YouTube. I wanted to make it in Hollywood. But yet you're putting your foot on one of your counterparts that's already in Hollywood, already successful. Though this man like to eat, though this man is shady, though this man was witnessing Diddy having these freak-offs and probably joined it and ate baked chicken and fried chicken with Bishop T.D. Jakes and probably was swallowing up a Sprite and some ice cream and cake with Bishop T.D. Jakes. But at the end of the day, let me see you walk, walk, walk. Got a lot of traction. Material Girl is where it's at. But it is a sad story for Saucy getting dropped from RCA because, again, it's about your streams. Are you making a hit? Okay, girl, you gay, you feminine, you wear nails. Okay, you wear women pantyhose, extra fabric. Okay, girl, can you deliver? And Saucy didn't deliver because I believe, and I have to say this, he kept chasing Young Miami, trying to hold on to her coattail. Instead of creating his own lane, he did not work hard enough. He should have been making hit video after video, really moving strategically. He didn't do it. He was so busy going live with Carisha, chasing these men, instead of being in that studio. Bring your pies, your large Sasha's pizza, in the words of your favorite, Popeyes and the Red Bull, and deliver a hit. I don't think Saucy took advantage of the opportunity that was given to him. I believe he got comfortable. I believe he said it's a guaranteed I'm with it. No. Baby, record labels do not, if you can't make it in 6 months, you gone. You can't make it in a year, you gone. They don't keep on investing you year after year. Them days are over. If you can't get millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of streams within a couple of months, you out of there. You're fired. They're not going to keep investing in a flop. Not the way of these executives. They don't move like back in the day. You have a couple of little flops like the Supremes. It took them years to get a hit. It took the years to Temptation to get a hit. It took them a long time to get a hit. Went out and went, they ain't get no hit. They called them the hitless Temptation. Could get a hit to save their life. But Berry Gordy and Smokey Robinson, they believed in them, and they finally struck gold. But the way the mindset of these record executives, baby, if you can't get it within 30 days, you out of there. It's about streaming because they make so much with the streaming. And I think Saucy just didn't learn it. I mean, look at Lil Nas X. That man study. He invests back into his. Of course, he have a major label, but Saucy, yeah, you had it too. You just didn't take advantage of it. You got lazy. But Lil Nas X, he know in order for me to stay on top, I'm sexy. I can dance. I can sweat. I'm creative. And I have a work ethic. And I know how to troll, but yet I'm good. I know how to roast with my talent, and I know how to shut up, but not arguing with these people on the internet. You just let my art speak for itself. Lil Nas X have not cussed out no rapper and told them to kiss their butt, not even cussing that, because his art speaks for itself. Jay Christ, I believe that's what he called it, speaks for itself, whether you believe with it or not. But baby, you cannot deny his talent. Saucy Santana had that moment. I think he got distracted with Rollin' Ray. I think he got distracted kissing Carisha because Carisha wasn't going nowhere. At one moment, Saucy was doing it. But he kept following the city girls. And you a man. They're not going to help you. You should have helped yourself when the door was open. And then he started getting lazy when it came to this promoter, which is a gay promoter, but it's not a gay nonprofit. Let me get that right. The One Church Memphis, you pooped on your own people. So I said, you're not ready because you really thought that you was an established, all that. And look at you now. You struggling. You on Love and Hip Hop with Erica Banks. What they going to throw at you? A chicken wing? They already threw a milkshake at her bad BBL, and I can't stand her guts because she tried to trash me. You the one that did reconstructive surgery and look bad. You the one that flopped at 1501. You the one that couldn't sell a record to save your life, so you have to run to Love and Hip Hop. You going backwards. At least Cardi B went from the stripper pole all to television. She gave her yoni to the right producers. She rolled the right producers. She started doing what Kyle did from the Neighborhood Talk, got on her knees, licked the right producer, licked the right DJ, and next thing you know, Black That Yellow is #1. She didn't just get it from her talent alone. That was a whole stripper. What do strippers do? They get down with the get down to get that money. And what Saucy did, allow Coach D or Chef D with that fake hair implant, suck up his energy. He got distracted. He getting all these dudes, these clout chasers that want the clout, date him, and took away his light. Because he really thought Chef D wanted to be famous. That man wanted to be famous when I saw him on the west side of Chicago. He said, I'm going to be famous by any means necessary. He would do exactly that. He would fight. He would twirl around. He would put fake teeth in his head. He would spray. Back in the day, he used to put a permanent mark in his lining. Now he got the money to get a wig. He could get an implant. He got a little money now. He already knew how to cook. For me, it was too salty for my taste. Maybe the people in LA love all that salt. And so he did that. Finesse his way in Hollywood. Finesse his way with Lori Harvey. Finesse his way. He was a cook over there frying Mr. Pluma and all them over there. Zeus frying their chicken, frying their crab legs or whatever, boiling their eggs, making them bacon. And he finessed his way in there. And also he finessed his way with them cheeks because I know him. He got on his knees. I know him. So Saucy Santana, you a big guy. Maybe you're not the executive. You ain't they type. You love to eat. You ain't. Lil Nas X got that certain type. They will give him a boost. You, man, please. The only thing they're going to give you is get out the way and lock in the refrigerator. But Lil Nas X, he give it up. That's why he's so successful. He hit the right one. Why do you think Kyle got the investment he got? He's showing you that man wasn't working out for nothing. Next thing you know, them jaws got to working. He started bobbling over there. And he ain't said a word. Why? Because he got good connections. And Kyle got an announcement that's about to drop in a couple of months, about to shock the world. Because he got a mouth, he got some cheeks, and he use it. And he's attractive. And he do it with powerful man. He can't say he'll do it, and he's so innocent. I don't do that. I don't know how to do that. Man, that video came out. He did it like a pro. I was happy for him. I applaud him and text him. I said, keep licking till you make it. That's why do you think he's so up there with the shade room? He using what he got to get what he wants. He ain't just get it from his talent alone. He got a journalist degree. And ain't gonna make it just like with that alone. They gonna say, what that mouth do? Do you want this investment or not? Do you want it or not? Or leave, because somebody else will do it. And guess what? He said, I do it. He got on his knees and did it. And I love him for him. He's a good looker. Get on his knees and lick it. Do it. You LGBT, you ain't got no standards. Go on and do it. Get on your knees and you better lick it, and you better lick it right. You better be the best liquor that money can buy. You better do it. And then he was tested. I'm about to spirit. Bye. He was tested by the Illuminati. Let's see if he gonna break and be messy and expose what all he doing. You know what Kyle did? He went silent, radio silent, didn't say a word. Only thing he keep doing, posting that beautiful white teeth, that beautiful body, brown body, smelling good. That's all you're going to get. He ain't said a word. He ain't exposed nobody. He ain't dragged no text. He ain't burned up no book. None of that. Because you get way when you can keep people's secrets and you'll get more. He went in quiet mode. And I'm happy for him. Because he should. He ain't like some of these homeless folks I've dealt with. Homeless look good, talented, and you still homeless. That man look good, and he finesse his looks and his tongue skills. This guy, all he did was eat, wear women fingernails, criticize women, thought he was a woman, and then women turned their back against him. He used to get millions of streams. I'm talking about it. I know you ain't gonna like this type of teacher, Saucy Santana, but ask me, do I care? Because I don't. You literally thought you was a woman. Turned your back against the women. Talking about you asleep with their baby daddy. And new women said it turned them off. You start wearing their deodorant. Then you wanted some Popeyes. Then women said, we going on a protest. You talked about Blue Ivy. Them black women said, no, you're not allowed to talk about Blue Ivy. Take off my makeup. Take off my nails. Take off my girdle and drawers. They protested. And he got dropped from RCA. He did that. Soon he came from Blue Ivy. Beyonce, behind the scenes, she's like Jason Lee. Hello, hi. This is Beyonce. This is Miss Evelyn. This is her publicist. We want him off that label. If you want to work with Beyonce and Jay-Z, he bet not be on that. Take him off. And guess what? Sorry, Saucy Santana. Your services are no longer needed. You are relieved of this label. We saw the numbers, and I'm sorry, the numbers just don't do it. The algorithm don't love you at all. You have not produced any good material. We're going to have to let you go. And they let him go. They shut it down. Beyonce didn't have to make no statement. She didn't have to do no press conference. She didn't have to burn up no book. Baby, she went behind the scenes. Her powerful team that you would never know their name called them people over there, drop them. And now where he at? On Love and Hip Hop. Next thing you know, he gonna be on No Neck Boys Club on Zeus Network. Rolling around on the floor on the carpet, getting concussions for about $5,000 per episode. Going toe-to-toe with Milan Christopher. That's about it. Okay? So I'm just Let's see how far you're going to make it on Love and Hip Hop. It is kind of embarrassment. You went from being on your way up to being the new Lil Nas X, the bigger size, the super size Lil Nas X, to being on the reality show with Erica Banks getting milkshake thrown in your face. And you know what they're gonna do when you go on there, you're gonna be arguing with women. You're just gonna be a joke. Not an established artist, a reality star getting chicken wings and juice and wigs thrown in your face. Okay? So yeah, player. I don't care if you get mad at me, argue with your mama. You ain't gotta argue with me. All right. So you don't have to argue with me. I ain't gonna pay you no mind. Don't sit there and argue with me. So just don't argue with me, because listen, you the one that got the 50-piece Popeye's chicken and the rider, and now here you are, dropped from RCA Records. Okay. So we have this person on the screen here. Again, I personally will say last night I got word that Auntie Hammy addressed Armon Wiggins and myself. And so I decided to go over there. It was the middle of the night. I ate me a beautiful meal, seasoned chicken. And someone called me and they said, Wiley, you need to go to Auntie Hammy page because she is addressing Armon Wiggins. I said, okay, I go. I got a little time on my hands or whatever. So I go over to her page and she was addressing this guy. And she literally called him dumb, said he's stingy with his butt. He's stingy, and untalented. He don't have the drive. She said, I told you guys that he flopped from Hollywood. He don't have the numbers. And he should move from Hollywood. Then she said, you had the door open to uplift celebrities like you uplift, you had the power. Like she was saying, Tasha and Armon had the power to be that platform to show love to Black celebrities, but they blew it. All they do is drag, expose. And they made YouTube a piss poor platform and opened the door for Kai Cenat to come out, interview these top stars, and be done with it. Y'all never got Nikki because Nikki don't want to be on that platform. Y'all trashing her. You talking about Black women. So I did my homework. I'm like, who is she talking about? She was talking about Funny Marco too. Nicki Minaj also went on Funny Marco's show. And y'all know this is the gentleman right there, Funny Marco. And this is when he interviewed Nicki Minaj. Now, Funny Marco, I said, well, how was he able to get Nikki? He haven't been in this business longer than Armon Wiggins. I mean, Armon Wiggins been in this business for a long time. How was Funny Marco able to get Nicki Minaj on the platform? Then I started looking at Funny Marco, and something I saw that caught my eye. He wasn't dragging Nicki. He wasn't talking about her husband. He wasn't reading no cards saying her husband is on the SA list. I didn't see that at all. I mean, he wasn't even dragging the lady husband. Reading cards, calling her bad built B, untalented, has been flop. He wasn't comparing Cardi to Nicki, having the Stans Wars going live, spitting all over that cheap cell phone. He literally went from doing Walmart videos of having the most powerful Black entertainer of this century. And all because he played his cards right. He didn't drag her. He played his cards right by being that platform of just being himself and having fun. And she was saying about Armon, she was saying the reason why he's upset is because he dragged all these celebrity. He in the bed with the devil and didn't get nothing from the deal. Only thing he got was depression and rejection. And she said that, Armon, you faithful with your boyfriend, which, okay, that's good, but it ain't getting you nowhere. In order to make it in Hollywood, you got to give up that tush. You got to give it up. You can't go to Hollywood and don't want to get on your knees and bow down and do something. You ain't going to make it. If you really think that them people, like she said, is like Santana said, getting about their talent alone, you're going to be a ruler. No, they don't. Most of these people from the Halle Berry on down, they had to get down to get that opportunity. They didn't just get it by their talent. Baby, they got it because of that bedroom. They did some things to get that contract. So she said he should move from California. You lost. Go on to Augusta or somewhere deep in Mississippi because you have lost. And now you're admitting that you lost, and now you don't want to drag no more. But guess what? You have built your brand of dragging. And I want to say this, Auntie Hammy. Armon built his brand of dragging. If he tried to change and be positive, he will lose 95% of his ratings. And it probably would take him 10 years to get what he had built being messy. If he ever would get it back. You built a machine of tearing down black women. You built that machine. That's your baby. That's your platform. You built a machine of tearing it down. Look at Tasha K. And Auntie Hammy said something so profound. She said it's 1 billion people in the world. And you know the one person they say who have made it dragging somebody was Wendy Williams. Out of 2 billion people in this, all the billion in the world, you only pick one person, Wendy Williams. And where's she at now? Auntie Hammy said, you would get further in Hollywood being humble. And she said, Auntie Hammy said, what? You was doing music because you thought that was a way to get in, but you wasn't passionate about the music. You didn't even sweat. You didn't sweat. She said, when the last time our mom we can sweat? Never. She said, he a whole gay dude and don't know how to twerk. She said, Saucy Santana can twerk better than him. She said, Saucy Santana can twerk and throw it back. She said, you stiff and got mediocre talent. That's what she said. Stiff, mediocre talent, and don't sweat. She said that he thought, I got my fix done, my teeth done. Oh, baby, that's gonna get me in. There's plenty of people got their teeth done and have not made it in Hollywood. She said, you think your talent of dragging folk? She said, there's plenty of people that roast and jack that's more talented and get more traction. What's the difference? What is the it factor? She said, quote, Armon don't have an it factor. That's what Auntie Hammy said. And Auntie Hammy, you guys, got millions of people on TikTok, millions of people on Facebook, over 200,000 followers on TikTok. Over on Instagram. So I got to say what she said. Because this ain't your average Joe. This ain't coming from me. That's coming from Auntie Hammy, where she got pew, 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 got millions of streams. Exactly. And people take what she had because she dressed bad or she got dirty feet. That's part of her character. She's a comedian. But I listened to the message. I said, listen, I'm going to take your message and I'm going to deliver it over here on YouTube. I'm going to deliver it on my channel. So when she said, I said, wow. Armon didn't say nothing, didn't address it, because it's true. You have proven her right. You're proving me right because you said it on your YouTube channel that you failed. That I did these narratives. Yes, a celebrity will use you, especially if you're a flip-flopper, just to increase their narrative, get in your ear, And when it's time for them to have their exclusive, they will run to TMZ. They're going to run to People. They're going to run to Funny Marco. They're going to run to Cassinet, and you're going to be left hurt, penniless, and depressed. Even Cardi B, as awesome as she is, she ain't going on his show. She went on Jason Lee's show. So regardless of what you say about Jason, baby, he got those connections, and Armon doesn't. In my humble opinion, is Armon Wiggins more talented than Jason? In my humble opinion, as an entertainer, as a blogger, as a live streamer, absolutely. But one thing Armon Wiggins is a negative is business. He's in a negative percentile. He do not have good business sense. Because when he had a relationship with Jason, he destroyed it. He burnt that bridge. He put the bridge on fire on camera. He lit it up. So you can't say Wiley burnt the bridge. No, I didn't, baby. But Armon Wiggins, classic case, burnt that bridge. He put it in flames. He did that. So if I ever get to Stockton, California, and go meet Jason, I can bring my book and he can sign it. Because I never burned it up. Why would I do that? I love reading books. I don't want it to go on fire. And so when he did that, it's great. And then you can have the top tier equipment. That don't mean nothing. The top tier equipment I have seen, and Armon said it. He didn't want to say no names, and I ain't going to say no name. He said, I see other people with subpar equipment surpass me, because it's never about the equipment. Baby, if you skillful, baby, you could be on your iPhone. You could be on an Android. Ain't about the equipment. If it was about that, Armon Wiggins had 20 million. It's not about that. And see, I'm saying, oh, I'm so glad somebody else is saying what I've been saying. And I'm glad she's a black woman saying it. Woo! So I'm going to repeat that. And many people say, oh, you're a hater. And Armon Wiggins not a hater. He criticized black women. He hated on Nicki. He hated on Cardi. He said that she played to be black when it's relevant. He said that about Cardi. And then he started playing around with them fan bases, and they got smart, and they turned against him. And so did the artist. What was the other girl name? Lotto blocked him. Erica Banks blocked him. Don't pick up his phone calls. Cardi, don't pick up his phone calls. Nicki, have not refollowed him. Only person that played them games with him is another wicked demon that's in a worse shape than Armon, and that's Tasha. She ain't get the celebrity. But one thing Auntie Hammy said, at least Tasha K is getting more people on the show than Armon, because she have more knowledge. Because one thing to say, she know how to maneuver business-wise. It's evil business, and she's suffering because she can't change if she wanted to. She's just deep with the devil. Just, devil, I'm just with you. Let's hit the wine glass together in this pure hell. But she's tormented. She's unhappy. Every time she have to call her son or use the phone card to call her son, that's a failure. These people ain't happy. Anytime you got to save up your money, get shots, and get a passport to go see your baby, you have failed. This man right here on the screen in California, in LA, don't have no TMZ exclusive. Where, and Auntie Hammy said it. She said, where's the camera? Where's you interviewing this person? Where's the exclusive that you got this person with Ray J? You ain't got nothing. And the only time you had the Kanye West is from the man you put in his book In Flames. You did that. You was in the dough, but got tested. You felt some type of way. You got emotional, put the man book on fire. Now he going behind the scene like he going behind the scene of Kimberly Williams. And you can't handle it. And then you took time to throw out an attack on Saucy Santana when you ain't had no Saucy Santana success, never. You're not even a successful YouTuber. Where's your top-notch branding deals? You're not on the top 10 list of the top paid YouTubers. You're not on that list. You just got a strong, big ego, but where's the resume to match it? Nowhere. It's nowhere. And let's not even talk about your friend that you brag about, Milagro. That woman was in a whole accident. She slipped and fell on ice, messed up that car that she got 55,000 payments. She was in a whole accident. Oh, yo, what's up? It hit my car. A whole flop. Mad. You know it's cold in Houston. Freezing in Houston. What you doing out there with some Crocs on? Freezing. Driving fast and smoking marijuana. How can you stay focused on the prize on the road and you high? You seen this man get high. He just slipped out, got so high, thought he was better than Jason, and that relationship flopped. You got Milagro Grimes. I couldn't even find a beautiful picture of because all she do drives half naked and Filter City, filter fish, and she slid off the road. And because of grace and truth, she was alive to tell the story. And here I am reporting about it on WileyTheTroll.com, and she want to drag me. It ain't my fault that you was getting high, them fingernails and thick lashes, and you slipped off the road. Why you ain't arguing with that white woman that hit you? They're just like black folk. She got all that energy. Yeah, Wiley, you did that. F you. But the white woman that hit her, the Karen, she got her head down in the car talking politely. Yes, ma'am. Can I just please, ma'am, get your insurance card, ma'am? Please, ma'am. Oh, yes, ma'am. Soon the black man that's reporting, you want to get mad and cuss. Shouldn't you do it to the lady that didn't hit that white BMW? My neck and my back. My neck and my back. Me and she in the tow truck. The tow truck said, "Oh, man, this weed smells a lot of it. Oh, I didn't even know I could smell it like that." She posted all them videos of her under the influence, high, trying to do an insurance scam, talking about it was the lady's fault. No, it ain't. It was your fault. You was high. You said it in the video. I got it downloaded. And I posted about it on WileyTheTroll.com, and she mad. Upset. You never posted me when I did something good. When the last time you did something good? That bad BBL job? Terrible. When Tory Lanez was running away fast from you, or when you predict that Tory Lanez gonna be free? Or when you lied with that fat attorney when y'all said he was about to be free on appeal? Where is the win? Yeah, you used to be number 1 on Station Head. Now you're number 15. I told you these people be having coats. Ain't strong enough. You ain't got no money to have a real solid coat. Where's your members driving you? And then I contact Nikki. Nikki, no offense, but I did send Nikki an email. I did reach out to her team. I went over to Gag City. I sent the fax over to Gag City. And in my fax, I said, "Dear Nicki Minaj, why is it, my sister, that you don't give your troll bar Milagro, because she be trolling on your behalf, to Cardi, why didn't you give her a driver?" And you know what Nikki told me? Crickets. She called me a dud. A dud. She paid me no mind. She didn't care. Didn't care. She called me a dud. I went on over there to Gag City. Nothing. She have flopped. Slipping and slap. Keep rolling. A remix. Keep slipping. You know it got big, thick ice in Texas. You can't be driving fast in Texas with no Crocs, that heavy foot. and high, you got to be on alert. You can't be up there smoke. Baby, you got to be on alert. You got to drive like Miss Daisy. Now, Miss Daisy, I'm going 3 miles. You save on gas. That's what my husband said. You might as well walk to the Piggly Wiggly. Oh, what does this say? Do you put gas in the car? Well, good. I know my rights. You supposed to be driving slow. Miss Daisy, I got to go relief water. Now, how did that make you feel that I'm a grown man and got to say I got to go release water? You're about to be driving slow. And you driving fast listening to Nicki music and got an accident. And then trying to fake cry, talking about your neck. Ain't nothing wrong with your neck. You sat there and did all that cussing, dragging me, cussing me out, and mad, and was smoking weed. The lady was still smoking. Still was smoking that blunt. Embarrassed because you in a car accident, and I talked about it on my show. And I posted on WileyTheTroll.com. I have every right. You post about people on Militopia, Mob's World. Why can I not post it? What make you so grand? But because you went to got a BBL, got concrete in your chest, that make you better than me? No, it don't. And you say lie. Let's not talk about lies. Didn't you say you was Beyonce cousin? Lie. And if you were Beyonce, why did Miss Knowles give you a driver? Why did your Miss Knowles give you a driver? Why Beyonce knows Cardi give you a driver? Stop that line talking about Beyonce your cousin. Sit down. Have several seats. And learn how to drive and stop smoking and driving in Texas because it's illegal. You don't supposed to be smoking in Texas. It's illegal. You ain't got no marijuana card. And if you did, you still can't drive under the influence, according to Penal Code 35.5 C3. It is illegal. You had that big, thick, loud smell. Now back to Armon. The jokes write itself. I pray for my brother that he gets some common sense and that he flee from Texas. Flee from California. He'll come out better going back to Houston. Might as well go back to Houston and screw people around. Going back to Houston. You know, the same place you was scamming, cracking credit cards, going right back to Houston because you have failed in LA. That's a failure. Just take that L. Just go on down there to the leasing office and say, listen, I got to go to Texas. Just quit. Go on to Houston. Go on to Austin, Texas. Go somewhere. That's you. All you do is drag people on your YouTube channel. You used to do music. You never review other artists because you're too jealous to review other artists. Especially when you view Lil Nas X, you're jealous of him because you're not a Lil Nas X. You're jealous of Saucy Santana because he got what he got and you don't. You're the one that's crying and depressed. So we shall see what your future holds. Let's see if Claudia, if the rumors are true, you get on Fox Soul. Let's see if you get on Zeus. Let's see if you get on that's TV. But when you're on any of those things, it's not going to last long. I can look at the data. Many people have went on Zeus and they're crying broke. Where the money resides. He argued with me and now he's selling taxes, doing taxes illegally. Broke. Because Zeus ain't giving no multi-million-dollar contract to you gays. You know what they give you gays? Liquor, weed, clout, and a couple of $1,000. That's that. Only people that's really eating over there is the Natalie Nunn and Jocelyn Hernandez. Everybody else is getting the scraps. Not even Miss Roly Poly. They said she live in a trailer. Miss Roly Poly, Roly Snacks. They not paying you top dollar over there. If they did, why they ain't give it to the where the money was at? Why he got to go deliver groceries? Why he got to go do somebody taxes on the side illegally if he making it like that? I know you want to block me where the money was at. Go on and block me because it's the truth. You ain't that relevant. Only reason why I went to your Instagram, nobody sent it to me. I just saw it. You were mad because people said you pretty much went broke. And I was just asked a couple of questions. I posted on my website. You said I was old and said I turned down $5,000 with Zeus. That's my argument. They're not giving you $195,000, which they should, because they make about $10 to $12 million per month. They got millions of black folks paying the $499. And you turn down a $5,000, that ain't no, you might as well go on and do somebody taxes. Yeah, your wig lines flop. Yeah, your makeup line flop. Because in 1 month, selling. You ain't going to shut down nothing. And people buy 18 million units. If they only buy negative 20, you going to shut it down. Stop lying to them women in that chat. They know you lying. That's why you couldn't have 1,000 people in that Instagram. They no longer like you no more. They only like you when you were a clown. Whether that is that. Then you a country bumpkin, bottom, can't really speak that well, and you love working for free. Now the bills is building. Now the debt is debting, and now you got to go and do somebody's taxes illegally. Asking your home girl, I can get you back $20,000. And it's illegal. It ain't you ain't got your CPA license. You ain't got that CPA. No, you don't. Only thing you got is a scam. And whoever lets you do your taxes, y'all gonna get the IRS come knocking down your door. You let them do your taxes. Do you hear what I'm saying? So I'm done. Any questions for me? Anybody else want to hit the link? Y'all see how Lala did it. You ain't have to see her face. So y'all can come on. I'm done. We've been on here for 2 hours because I got to get ready for tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be TGIF versus The Wig versus Funky Dineva. And I got to be fully aware, fully rested to cover that tomorrow. So anybody want to hit the link and got something to say? I invited Armon Wiggins. I invited the One of Money Reside. I invited T.S. Madison. I invited Tasha K. I invited all these people. They don't want to come. They don't watch me, whatever. I invited Milagro Grams. Hopefully that she went to the hospital to see if she had a concussion. Yeah, we're going to do an after show on Station Head. And then we're going to start doing shows on Twitch. So pretty, I'll let y'all know. Like my members, I'll let y'all know. But I have a great idea for Twitch. Because I want to see y'all. I want to perform on Twitch. I got to perform. I got this microphone. I just want to perform. I just feel like doing a little disco. I feel like rapping a little bit. I feel like singing. I just really feel like jumping up and down. You know what I mean? I want to do it on video. See, Station, you can't see me dancing to the songs and stuff. But on Twitch, they said you could play music. So I want to dance. I want to do my dance. Everybody dance, y'all. You know? I'm going to do it on Twitch. So I'm going to try to make sure my sound is right. I'm going to do a little test run to see, and then announce a little live club show, live production show. Yeah, I'm going to do like a little mic check. Because we entertaining over here. Okay? Yes, upload with visuals. All right? So yeah, we're gonna do after show on Station Head. And y'all go on Station Head. We're gonna do the after show over there. We thank y'all so very much. Little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you enough. When times get hard, remember to put God first. Don't forget, we'll be in Vegas with Couture Bay and myself, April 26th through the 28th. Make sure y'all donate $ Marquise Wiley 28 Zelle WileyShow@gmail.com. Hold on, let me make sure I did everything. Hold on, I get something else I want to ask. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, $ Marquise Wiley 28 Zelle WileyShow@gmail.com. Okay. All right. And we going live on Station here. If you want to be notified when I go live, WileyShowProduction@gmail.com. Let me leave that up. WileyShowProduction@gmail.com. WileyShowProduction@gmail.com. Join the email list, and I will send you the thing. Join the email list. Please join it. Thank you for those that went to the website today. Thank you. Thank you. Oop. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please do. Oh, wait. I got one more thing to talk about y'all about. Oh, no, I didn't watch it. I got to watch it. Somebody sent me, so I didn't watch it in its entirety. So we'll do that for tomorrow. What do y'all want me to talk about for tomorrow? Let me know in the chat. What do y'all want me to talk about for tomorrow? Because I need to know for tomorrow. What do y'all want me to talk about for tomorrow? All right, because I need to know. Because I want to make sure I'm caught up. I think I am caught up with everything. All right, because yeah, I think I'm caught up with everything. All right. Did we got it? Okay. All right, let me go on Station because we about to get it in on Station Head today. We about to get it in on Station Head. I'll talk to y'all on Station Head. Bye, y'all. www.wileythetroll.com. Talk to y'all later. See y'all on Station Head.